Hi, welcome to STV National. With us, Mr. H.K. Sharma. He is the past president IIMM. Hi, sir. How are you?
Absolutely nice. Doing great.
Sir, can you tell me about the IIMM?
I think with me I have my colleague Mr. G.K. Singh, senior to me. He would be more appropriate person to talk about IIMM. Singh Saab, over to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Indian Institute of Materials Management is a professional body representing the supply chain professionals in India. This is the only body nationally present and approved by the government. It is running different programs and it is running educational programs also. It has got 56 branches and 16 chapters.
All over the country.
All over the country. And we are having a very wide membership from the fraternity, and we are upgrading the knowledge and education in the field of supply chain management for all the supply chain professionals and allied professionals regularly, continuous basis through our branches and NHQ also. And regularly some programs, some seminars, some training program is going on. 2 of our courses are recognized, approved by AICTE, and those are postgraduate diploma in materials management and postgraduate diploma in supply chain management and logistics. It is affiliated to International Federation of Purchasing and Supply Chain Management, and there are 42 countries member of that international federation, and India has got a very strong presence over there. Recently, World Summit was held in Italy, Florence, and there Mr. Sharma as national president presented a paper on emerging trends in public procurement, which was the best presentation amongst all the 42 countries.
Besides, the mission of this institute is promote excellence in supply chain management towards national prosperity. We are carrying forward the vision of the Prime Minister of the country to make country a very strong country, a $5 trillion economy in next 2-3 years, and supply chain management plays a very vital role in that, and institute is working towards spreading this knowledge in supply chain management to all the professionals in this field. And that way, as I mentioned during the seminar, the 15 to 20% of GDP is spent on public procurement, and even a small saving can result in huge savings to the government, which can be utilized for many social welfare programs of the government. So that is the significance of public procurement, and lot more improvements were discussed during the course of the day in the seminar, and we will further take it forward.
Sir, you are the chairman of the today's seminar. Can you brief me about the today highlights?
Yeah. This was a seminar dedicated to the issues relating to public procurement, and the theme itself indicated the paradigm shifts in public procurement relating to issues of policy initiatives, government e-marketplace, government and public sector undertakings procurement. As the theme itself mentioned, the path-breaking changes are taking place in the public procurement, and the focus was to deliberate these issues. The chief guest, General Sandhu, he mentioned about national security, and his view was that the national security essentially follows from a strong economy of the country, and for making the country's economy strong, supply chain plays a very vital role. I, as a seminar chairman, deliberated on what are the paradigm shifts. So I mentioned that use of AI and other modern technologies, including blockchain, big data, etc., is going to be vital, and there is no going back on it, and only the way forward is to adopt these technologies. Further paradigm shifts are adoption of sustainable development goals, and particularly the goals mentioned in Sustainable Development Goals 12, and relevant ones are as the goals mentioned in SDG 12.7, that is less damage to the environment, more concern for the social concerns while making the public procurement. Similarly, the issues of policy changes, they were mentioned by an expert from Ministry of Finance, Shri Sanjay Agrawal, and main changes that have taken place including push button purchases by GEM, or new methodology for dispute resolution, or the changes being contemplated in Make in India, or bringing about change in thinking with pertaining to rate contracts, were all deliberated. And similarly, the Chief Technical Examiner from Central Vigilance Commission, he elaborated on the vigilance issues and how to handle corruption related issues in public procurement, and gave lot of insights into it. Former DG of Competition Commission of India, he highlighted on bid rigging, collusive bidding, and competition commission related aspects of public procurement. The representatives for from ONGC, they talked about a public sector perspective on public procurement and shared how the change in reorganizing the ONGC setup for better public procurement has helped them. The representative from GEM mentioned a lot about the path-breaking changes to deliver better public procurement facilities have been introduced in GEM, and GEM 2.0 is in the pipeline. The representative from Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas mentioned about how to handle the liquidated damages in the contract, mediation in the contracts, arbitration in the contracts, and the whole gamut of dispute resolution. So broadly, this seminar covered all aspects starting from planning to the dispute resolution relating to the public procurement. And it will go a long way in enhancing the knowledge of the people in the public procurement.
Can you provide an overview of the latest policy initiatives in public procurement, particularly focusing on quality and cost-based selection for project procurement?
There has been a concern regarding procurement only on the basis of L1. So therefore, the government has done some rethinking on it, and therefore the weightage for the quality is also to be given, and QCBS is nothing but about giving weightage to the various factors and lot more weightage for the quality aspect of it. And that is why it has been said that this QCBS system is to be adopted for works and for selection of consultants, etc. And then other changes in terms of going for mediation, the provisions contained in preference for Make in India products, preference for products made by SMEs, policy changes with respect to that were all deliberated.
How has the Make in India initiative influenced recent procurement policies? What specific measures have been in place to promote domestic manufacturing?
Main issue with respect to Make in India is to promote the Indian industry and not promote the import of the products, particularly from the countries who do not allow such a reciprocal treatment for Indian goods in their countries. And keeping that in view, the Government of India has issued an order regarding registration of vendors from land border sharing countries, and that registration is a must for award of any contract from the vendors coming from these countries. And the Government of India has also issued a guideline that any contract, any tenders worth for the value of 200 crores are to be issued only in local advertised tender mode, and no global tenders to be issued unless there is a very specific reason for that. So the preference for Make in India issuing the guidelines for procurement from land border sharing countries, then issuing purchase up to 200 crores only from domestic industries will help promote, and in fact it has already done great help to the manufacturers in the country.
What are the main challenges encountered in implementing these policies, and what strategies are being adopted to overcome them?
Main, Singh Saab, you would like to reply?
Yes. Adoption of new technologies, that is a bit slower in SMEs, particularly small industries. So government and professionals both are trying to take steps to promote faster adoption of new technologies in the smaller sector, SME sector, which will not only reduce the cost but will increase the efficiency and particularly quality, and quality improvement will make it more export worthy, and there will be a very strong export market for Indian products manufactured by SMEs.
Besides, just supplementing only on one issue, the quality has been main concern for Government of India, and the government's focus is that SMEs should not be looked upon as producing only low grade products, but should be graduating to the quality as per the international standards to stand competition in the international market and increase the export potential of the country.
How do you evaluate the impact of these policies on procurement efficiency, cost efficiency, and transparency?
The policies have not come just overnight, they have evolved over a period of time. Transparency, in fact, is the focus of all public procurement. The Rule 173 in GFR details the guidelines regarding efficiency, economy, transparency to be followed by all public procurement professionals. And other issues relating to transparency have been to a very great extent addressed by the setting up of government e-marketplace by the GEM, and this is one single place where the government policies can be easily enforced by the government to carry forward its agenda relating to economic activities, social welfare, etc.
What role does a government e-marketplace like GEM play in facilitating and standardizing the procurement process under these new policies?
GEM has a very talented pool of officers dedicated for this work. They are all highly educated, highly trained people, well versed in management, technology and related areas, and they are continuously reviewing their own guidelines and coming out with adoption of new technologies, new areas, new improvements continuously, and therefore GEM will lead the way in enforcing transparency, efficiency, economy, responsibility in the public procurement setup.
What initiatives are being undertaken to build the capacity and skills of procurement professionals to implement these policies and efficiently?
Singh Saab will reply.
Such programs is the basic factor which is going to help people prepare for implementing such policies, and frequent organizing such upgradation programs. Upgradation of a skill is required. So for all the levels, the lower levels, middle level, and leaders of the business also, for everybody such programs should be designed and implemented from time to time to encourage them to practice it and to promote it.
Particularly this digitalization aspect has to be kept in view, and the digital literacy, adoption of technologies would help a great deal in skill improvements of the procurement professionals.
How are the sustainability and environmental consideration integrated into the procurement policies, if at all?
It's not a question of if at all. The public procurement professionals have to always think in totality and not in isolation. In fact, as I mentioned during my initial address, inaugural address in the seminar, the sustainable procurement is the key to the national well-being. There is no point in procuring goods and services that do a lot more damage to the social fabric or SMEs or to the environment. So India is committed to sustainability development goals 12, and particularly 12.7 relating to the public procurement, and these are to be implemented by 2030, and India is progressing at a good pace to achieve these targets by 2030.
Finally, what advice would you give the businesses, especially SMEs, looking to the engage more efficiently with the government procurement opportunities under the new policies?
The new government has already announced review of MSME Development Act 2006. The issues relating to payment of interest on delayed payments to SMEs, the payment of income tax or treating the unpaid money to the SMEs, review of items reserved for procurement from SMEs, extending further facilities by way of extending benefits in terms of free tenders, allowing a lot more credit from the banks are amongst the policies of the government. And as you know, the SMEs are the biggest employers in the country and a very important engine of Indian economy. So I am of the opinion that government's focus will be to strengthen the SMEs in future, and public procurement will play a very major role in that direction.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good dear.
Thank you, sir.